Hello guys, I am Raj and welcome back to my YouTube channel. So as I promised earlier, I will be starting with the Python tutorial series today. So this is the first video of the Python tutorial series and I am very excited to start this new project of my life. So uh, let us start Python. So first of all, what is Python? That's the basic question that everyone should get whenever they start learning any language. So in this case, it is Python. So Python is a complete programming language. When I say complete, it means that it has all the contents, all it has all the things that a programming language should need or should have, from starting with basic variable declaration to objects and classes and to the extension to database management as well as to API calls and etc. So that we will see in later videos, but let's just stick to the basics and know what is Python. So it was developed by Guido Rossum in 1991, and today now it is developed and maintained by an organization known as Python Software Foundation. So the next big question that everyone should ask is why Python? Why all of a sudden everyone is learning Python, and why is it becoming the hot favorite of today's computer industry or IT industry? So first of all, it is very easy and simple to learn. The syntax is, if you see the syntax is, it is more like an abstract stepwise solution of a problem, which like the syntaxes are quite similar to English words like print, if, else. So there are no. Doesn't seem like you are writing a different thing than English. It is open source in nature, so you have tons of libraries available online. Even it's so simple to create a library such that even you can create a library which just by knowing just two or three fundamentals of how to create a library and how to publish it and how to make it available for the public to use. So Python has a huge number of libraries. That's why it is very famous in today's machine learning and deep learning tasks. Also data science, which is like a hot career path, as said by many. So today we'll just finish it off this video by knowing how to install Python. So basically there are two ways to install Python. First is the standard default installation of Python, that is most of used in universities to make learn the students how to use Python. And another is Anaconda, which is more sort of a professional thing. I won't say professional, but most of the guys who are learning advanced Python use this Anaconda software, and which is I recommend because it is quite easy to use and it has multiple features. It has powerful tools to we can use for visualization as well as we can have the debugging of our code very easily. So first of all, the thing which we should know that these are the important sites which are going to be used. This is the Python site. I will mention the link in the description box. So here you can download your Python version from download section, and you can download it for uh, any any computer that you are using. It may be Windows or it may be Mac or anything. So whenever as soon as you click the installer file, it will open a wizard like this, and you can just go with the recommended settings, that is install now, and you can even use the custom installation and set your own path. But make sure you take this install launcher for all users and add Python 3.6 or whatever your version is to your path. So it will help you to execute the basic command of Python in your command prompt or terminal or shell, whatever you want, whatever you are using. So after finishing the setup, it will show a screen like this. Now, what I recommend is to everyone to install Anaconda. So you can download Anaconda from this site. This is Anaconda individual products. So it is a data science tool, but it can be used in general sense as well. So here you can see that there are three variants. Overall, there are three variants that can you can download. It is for Windows, Mac, and Linux. Uh, it has it. There are options for Python 3.7 and 2.7. So there is a major differences in Python versions. Uh, the most latest one is Python 3.7. So I would recommend you to use Python 3.7 because there are a lot of changes from 2.2, and Python 3 has been made somewhat easy to use than the previous one. And this tutorial will be using Python 3.0 versions or 3.x version. So you can install the you can download the installer based on your system requirements, that is 32 or 64-bit, or even for other operating systems as well. So as soon as you start installation, it will open a wizard like this. So whatever your Anaconda version at the time you are installing, it will be reflected in this welcome to Anaconda 3 point whatever the version that is available at the current point that you are watching the video. So it will ask for just me, or it is up to you. You can set this destination folder as whatever folder you like, but make sure it is in, or it is a recommended practice that you have this video, or sorry, you have this destination as in your C drive for Windows user, and make sure you take those two things. But it is like a parallel thing. So either you can install Python or either you can install Anaconda. So it is up to you. But because Anaconda installed its own version of Python, so which is completely different from the basic Python that you install. Later I will tell you about what is the benefits of, or what are the things that is in basic Python and this Anaconda. So this is the Anaconda. And after you finish your installation for Anaconda, you will see this kind of navigator opening. So this is how you can use Anaconda. So you can just go and type Anaconda Navigator in your start, or you can just search for it in your programs application or programs palette. You can open this navigator and you can see these tools mentioned over there in the screen. It is Jupyter Library, Notebook, Qt Console, Spider, Bluebees. I will just give you a basic introduction about this. Mostly we will be using Jupyter Notebooks and Spider. So Jupyter Notebook is this program which has cells in it. So basically the task is that you write your code in these cells. You can have n number of cells as you want. You can just click the plus, and you can have as many cells as you want. So you can basically write your code in this cell, and it is very easy to use, and you can easily debug your code as well. So suppose you have a code of, let's say, 100 lines, and you want to check a particular variable's value at a point of time, so you can just write a code in n cells, and you can just at, at a current point you can just go into another cell, and you can just type print variable, or any sort of thing that you want to do. You can just execute it, and this is showing an error because we don't have any variable known as variable. So but you can do anything on the go. So that's why I recommend you to use Jupyter's notebooks. So, and this is a way like this, you can have n number of codes written in a single file, and you can easily manage them. Also it has a memory, so it remembers the values that you are using at a current point of time in shell. So you can have n number of cells which contains different n number of programs, and you can run just all the programs in just a single row, which is, you can use kernel and run all, or sorry, cell and run all cells. So you can just run all the programs in one go, or all the cells in one go. Also I would like to mention about Spider. Spider is an IDE which is specialized for Python. So it contains all the features that an IDE has. So as soon as you type some function, it will recommend you about the inbuilt functions available, and you can just tab your way and write it. So here you can see there is an old they have an own shell as well. So you can just try and test your code here as well. So you can just test your one line codes here. Also they have a variable explorer tab. So let's say I have a variable name Raj equals to 5, and as soon as I run this code, so it will be reflected in this tab as well. Let me save it and paste. Okay, so as soon as I run this program, it is showing me a variable in the variable explorer tab. That variable is named Raj and it is of integer type, size is 1 and the value is 5. So similarly, as you use more variables in your code, it will automatically be reflected in this tab. So at the end of program, if you want to see a particular variable's value, if your code is right or wrong, it in both cases you can see your variables that are listed over here, and you can debug a code easily that at what point of time what is the value of a particular variable. So next up, so there are other tools as well, like RStudio, Bluewiz. RStudio is another IDE for data science, most probably used for data science. RStudio uses the language name R, so it is another language like Python. So their syntaxes are quite similar, but it is like they are both used by professionals. It's up to you, like what you want to use. I recommend you to use Python. Jupyter Lab is another such thing, like in Notebook as well, but it is more powerful in some sense. I have not used Jupyter Lab till now, but I will surely use in the future to tell you guys what is the experience and how to use it. PyQt is another tool which can use for GUI based programming, or if you want to develop a GUI in Python, you can use PyQt GUI. Um, I think that's all for this video, and also I would like to mention about when you install your Python in a default way, so you will have basic 3 or 4 things that you will install in your system. So you will have this Python whenever you type. So you will have this Python app of 3.7. When you click and open it, so it is like of a command shell, or so like your command prompt in your Windows. So you can basically write all the things like, or you can execute one line codes like a equals to 5, and whenever you type a, so it will giving a equals to 5. Even you can use print functions in it. So this is simple shell which is being downloaded and installed when you install Python. Also, you will get a free IDE which is IDLE. So as soon as you type IDLE, it will show in your program palette. So this is the default that Python provides. So you can type and create a new file, and you can just write a code in it. So you can customize this shell as well. You can go into window and you can go into options, and you can configure ideally as per your needs. You can make more interactive, but you can write all your code in single file and you can run it. But it seems vague, so I don't use it anymore. But I recommend you to use Jupyter Notebooks. So I think that's all for this video. So thank you guys for hearing me out. If you like the content, please like, share and subscribe, and hit the bell icon. So I will mention all the links in the description box. It will There will be my contact links as well. So you can definitely contact me if you feel this content is worthy, and you can add something or you can ask if you want to ask something. Thank you guys.